Hello, Ohana. Soul Dr. Nick here. And I am going to shift this. There we go. I'm going to record a second video, mirror work, February 13th, 2025. I was going to actually start recording some specific videos and I realized I wasn't quite ready for it yet. I was thinking so much. And if I'm thinking that much, I'm not clear and I'm not actually ready. And I was actually going to record a video on clear vision, that new program that Kelly Brogan really promoted, and it helped me to see there's more to the eyes than just the eyes, that they're related to all the muscles in the head, that the nerves and the different ways eyesight can go may not be the way we think. Just the tightness around the eyes from tension in other ways can cause the eyes to deform, which means it changes your vision. And then we're just spending all this time correcting with lenses and everything else like that versus saying, hey, what's causing the tension in the first place? What's causing the distortion in the first place? And maybe we can actually work to resolve that distortion. And it's such a great reminder, and it had to be someone going through it who saw things differently, because she's like, I had great vision. I had this really huge stress, and now my vision's terrible. And not having anyone listen because they're so used to, okay, let's just correct it. Versus, wait, yeah, what did happen? Why is this the case? And could there be more like this that we're missing? Not to say that there aren't structural things that need corrective lenses. And thank you for corrective lenses, because they led to even better and better, telescopes, microscopes, all this stuff. But are they as necessary as they are right now? And a big part of it is because it's great money. It's a huge industry. And I wouldn't want to lose that cash cow either if I had it. And if it's the best that we knew, then I would be playing a part in it. Anyway, so I wanted to speak about that because I plan to sign up for the course, and it's going to make a little video to remind myself how many cool things I can see there, not just vision, but vision. And part of it is to explain to my beloved, because we chat about these kinds of expenses. And then I was going to make a little video about Ohana Sage and soul immersion, and what my real ask for people to come through and to explain with short, precise clarity. Version 1 of it, because that's what I want to practice on, so that it's not just something that gets sent out. It's not just a web page we're telling people to go to. So it's me practicing being more clear and more direct, especially for the people that I love. Those are the two videos I was thinking of right now. And then there's the ones that I was gonna to muse about AI a little bit more, because there's some clarity there. And then I could always muse more about mirror work too. So there's so many different little things, and just recognizing, take a breath, take a pause. What are the top things to do this week as well? Like, there's a part of me that's gotten lost. What am I trying to do? Create my first client, figure out the investments, clean up the house, Valentine's Day, take care of my child. There's so many things. I'm just taking a second. Always coming back to taking a second, and what's the rush? That's what I've created my life for right now, to have the spaciousness to see these things. And I'm so grateful for the spaciousness. And it's a reminder to come back to this. And a reminder, hey, right now it's freaking cold out there. Yes, it's nice sometimes. Yes, it's really nice because it's sunny, but when it gets gloomy again, I really want to create. There's a motivation to create life where we can actually shift things up, where we don't have to just be here. And to have enough structure that we're not just running away from things all the time that we don't want to experience. Because some discomfort, awesome. Chosen discomfort, awesome. Hormetic stress, awesome. And I want my son to have a group of friends that he feels good with. And I want things to keep changing, because I'm noticing how the patterns get ingrained, because it just seems like that's normal. Right now, so many of the things I'm doing, it's just because it's normal right now. And I'm getting clearer and clearer. What are the tools that I want to have and be nomadic with them? Like, really nomadic with them. Like, this is the thing that I want to have. This is the bag that I want to have. And that's probably what I'm going to be doing soon, is streamlining. This is one bag for this. This is one bag for this. That's all it is. Standard operating procedures. It keeps coming back to that. And how do I create these standard operating procedures? And it can be standard operating procedures version 1, right? And that's part of it, is I'll start recording some videos on that too. What are my standard operating procedures? And it's not that it's for anyone else. Someone may take it, may crib it, may look at it, may comment on it. I hope they do comment on it, because the comments may help me to be able to see different things. Standard operating procedures. And as I'm saying them, I'm reinforcing them in my own head, because that's part of it for me. How do I actually reinforce things in a way that serve me? That's a piece that Dr. John Demartini talked about. He's like, I learned something and I taught it right away. And now I'm practicing not just teaching direct to audience, but teaching to this, and then recognizing that this may go somewhere and may not. But the number one focus of this is it's teaching me again. It's reinforcing the loop. And then I get to actually see what's a loop that I'm reinforcing. And having this level of transparency with this mirror work means that anyone who I have to coach me, could be anyone actually, could be a complete newcomer going, Nick, I notice you doing this over and over again. I've watched a ton of your videos. Oh shit, I am, aren't I? Thank you. Because it's that beginner's mindset that will see something different. That's the piece I often invite into people's ceremony with me. It's like, your first time is awesome. It's such a cool thing to be part of the first time, because it's just a different lens. You forget after a while what's possible, because there's a part that wants to maintain a composure, a control, a sense of self. Even right now in the videos, this is not my first video, so I can tell that it's not my first video. And even in the not my first video, there's so much stuff coming up. And it's funny, some of the videos I had before was walking versus staying still, and how the difference is. It's also interesting, I'm just noticing again how much my body and face especially have changed. Looking at it 10 years ago was so much rounder, so much more like that undefined Asian male face. I feel like that's, I'm gonna say it this way, that I could lose track of. I see so many of them. And I almost feel like it's that piece where there was a point where it was becoming exceptional because you were different than everyone else by working harder than everyone else and doing things a certain way. And now it's become so ingrained that everyone's going after the same thing and not realizing we're creating these artificial rewards versus that individualism. That individualism, though, within the collectivism. Like, that's the real secret. And it's not a secret. It only is if that's what you want to be. Keeps coming back to that, right? Like, sometimes I am imposing my beliefs on someone else. I want them to see the world the way I see it. Partly because I think the world would be a better place. And do I actually know that? I know that if everyone in the world was like me, God help me, in terms of what I was doing. In terms of like me and actually enjoying life and being more clear. And sometimes I love being the mischievous clarity I am, and I get really triggered by the direct clarity of others, especially women in my life. We're just so clear, like, oh, that feels painful, I feel shame, I feel guilt. And that's a piece for me. Over and over is to be able to be with that clarity and notice the sensations in my body. It's such a natural reaction. And part of me is working, and this is the thing that I was just reading about Eric Godsey, Caitlin Howe, it's the quickening to the singularity. We're in a quickening phase right now. I am in a quickening phase. Things feel quicker. Hence, I'm doing more work to feel more alive, more energized, more vital, more clear. And I'm doing that with doing all this juicing. Oh man, the juicing is awesome, and I'm loving that my beloved's loving it as well. And I'm shifting from wanting the treats to using the juices as my treat. And I may be taking in more sugars, but it's a different kind of sugar right now. And it may be feeding parts of things still, but I'd rather be feeding it that way. Feeding it with the sugars, feeding it with the juice, feeding it with the smoothies, feeding it with the meats. It's So that's the next thing, is to have enough meat on hand that I'm actually really happy with the meat that's there. And then enough gluten-free stuff in terms of the crackers, the hummus, and other things that I'm actually happy there too. Getting really good hummus is going to be important soon. Or really good baba ganoush, really good sauces, flavorful things. Don't have the rest of my supplements yet either, and I'm not rushing for it, but probably will speak to it a little bit. Happy to take Iris out for a meal if she wants an early meal. Happy for that tomorrow too. Valentine's Day lunch, in between time, right? At an Asian place. Sounds like a good thing. So many musings, so much mirror work. Am I ready now for version 1 of things? Yes. This is going to be great. Yes. And it's going to be terrible. Yes. Thank you.